This is breaking news again. Ah, the weather. Getting a thumbs down otherwise. That's how it looks like this morning. Sunday morning in sunny hot Australia. It's not as hot actually. Battery's down to 25%, 88, 91 amps outside. Well guys, anyway, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Off-Grid Garage here. We haven't got time for anything like this today. It is breaking news. As you have seen in the ticker, someone has made a code generator for the new JK Inverter-BMS. So we don't need to contact them any longer if we need the code to force updating the BMS. And it is incredible. For example, if you do a firmware update and the BMS is connected to another BMS at the same time, you may brick the original BMS you want to update. Well, and to rescue your BMS, you had to contact JK-BMS to get a special code, which was only valid for 1 hour. And you had to put this code into the software, and then you were able to force flash your BMS again. And it worked. We have tried it several times. I made a whole video about it. I'll link this down below. But guys, I'm now very excited. And around 2 weeks ago, I received an email from Miro. He is one of my viewers and he sent me a piece of PHP code to upload to my website. This code would generate automatically the correct key to put into the JK-BMSs for the force updating option. And since I made this video about the force updating and you need to contact JK-BMS to ask for the code, and this all needed to be done in a timely manner, there was a lot of speculation and discussion under this video as well, and people already guessed how this all works with the timestamps and the time code and whatever stuff. Well, it turns out Miro was able to crack the code and put this all together in a PHP code, which runs just on a website. Well, unfortunately, I'm unable to upload any PHP code to my website. They want like $60 per month for a developer plan for my website. It's not gonna happen. So anyway, Miro has now hosted this PHP script on his own GitHub website. And I'm going to show you how it works. So I have connected the 100 amp BMS to the computer. This is on device ID number 2. This is usually my slave. So make sure you connect only one BMS at a time when you do these firmware upgrades or downgrades. Click on connect. Connect as usually. We have a look under about. So this BMS is running version 14.17. It's a bit outdated. But we want to go further back. Upload firmware. JK Inverter firmware. So we choose the firmware version 14. This is the 14.14, so this is even further back. And this is the 100 amp BMS. I open this firmware and the software tells you minor version must be larger than connected device. So we cannot actually downgrade the JK BMSs. The start updating button is just grayed out. But we've got the force updating button. And now it's asking you for the code. And this is usually when you have to contact JK-BMS and have to ask for a code. And there's a bit of communication back and forward going on then until you get your code. Or you can go to Miro's GitHub website, current JK-BMS monitor force updating code. And you can see the code right underneath. This code is used to upload a firmware with JK-BMS monitor using the force updating button. And this is exactly what we want to do. So we type in the code 240220005 and I click on OK. Boom! It's now downgrading the firmware from version 17 to version 14 with the force updating button with the help of Miro's code here he put on his GitHub website. Isn't that incredible? There you go. Upload firmware successful. Woo! We go out of this tool, we refresh the About website, and we can see we are now on 14.14. And I've tested this with the 100 amp, also with the 200 amp BMS I have here, and they're both working a treat with this code. And the code has actually changed since this morning. So I think it changes every hour or so, but it is working perfectly. So this is now the third time I'm using one of these codes here to downgrade the JK-BMS to an earlier firmware. If you want to do this for whatever reason, or if you have bricked your BMS, this is the code you need to put in. All the credit for this goes to Miro, who spent all the time, the effort, making this code for us and also uploading it to his GitHub website. Of course, I will link his website down in the video description, as well as on my website, right under the JK Inverter-BMS. What a great work, what a great community. And he explicitly said in the first email he sent me, he wanted to thank me for all my videos and also want to give back to the community with his contribution and making this code. So Miro, thank you so much for your time making this code for the community. Fantastic job, great outcome. Thank you very, very much. Okay guys, just a quick video today, breaking news. We have the code generator for the JK Inverter-BMS now ready, up and running, working. So I can only say to everyone, keep up the good work. Keep up your support for this channel here. It makes these videos possible. And of course, thank you very much for everyone who has donated to the channel, buying me a beer in sunny hot Australia, because the sun is just coming out. The weather is getting sunnier and sunnier. Until the next video, guys, where we do something salty. You stay charged, stay safe, and thanks again for watching. See you then. Bye-bye.